Hello. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. What's up there? Oh, it's my lotion. Hello. Hello, hello. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Lay down. Oh, that's too low. Sorry, guys. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello? Anybody? Anybody, anybody? There's my cat, right on schedule. There he is. Right on schedule. Real. Real. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello, hello. Nobody's going to talk to me tonight? Hello. Hello, hello. There's my cat. Row. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Anybody? Are they not letting my comments come through tonight already? They have a tendency to do that. Anybody? Hello? Nobody wants to talk to me tonight. Nobody? Are they just not letting them come through? There, something. Ruth, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Hi, is it Michael? Now it goes crazy. Hi, Michael, where are you from? Thank you for the badge. Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on, I gotta go back up. It's going so fast now. Does that. Michigan? What's your name, Michigan? Tennessee, welcome. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the badge. Is it Michelle? Connecticut. Zorro, West Texas, you're back. So yeah, if you're just West Virginia, is it Dina? Did I say that right? I hate it when I slaughter people's names. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Good evening, Pretty in Pink. Yeah, it's my work shirt. I haven't got changed out of my work clothes yet. What's the topic? Tonight we're talking about loving people right where they are. Where am I? I am in South Dakota. Thank you for the badge. Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't slaughter your name. Thank you for the badge. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate you guys so much. And if everybody can just smash that like button, I would so appreciate it. I'm in a challenge. I never do these challenges, but I need 45 people to smash that like button. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the badge. Is it Gilda? Florida. Correct? Thank you for the badge, Dina. Appreciate that so much. I'm just going to let a few more people hop on. I am a little bit late tonight. Had to get my dog outside before and feed my cats because they're like, Mom, we're not waiting until after you're live tonight. So I'm just going to let a few more people, we're going to see if a few more people will hop on. If not, then I'll go ahead and get started. If you're new here, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee and I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. I'm going to move my tripod so it might get a little wobbly here for a second. There we go. There. As long as I don't hit the invite thing like I did last night, because then I was like in a little box and I didn't know how to get out. Renee don't like to be put in a box. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that so much. So how was everybody's day? It was cold here. Renee works out in, well, sort out in the cold. I do housekeeping at lodging cabins, and so when I'm going between cabins, it's a little bit chilly yet here still. We had some snow this morning, so. So yeah, if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Warm enough to swim in a pool. Where you are, it's warm enough to swim in a pool. Lucky duck. I hate winter. I can't wait till the day I can move out of winter for good. I will be The happiest girl ever. I hate winter. Yes, spring is here. You know, my friend kept saying, I can't wait till spring. I can't wait till spring. And I said, screw spring. I want summer. I'm ready for summer. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that so much. South Dakota is a bad place for winters. You know, actually, we're not terrible. It's better than Iowa. So I'm from Iowa normally, or, you know, originally. And so it's like when you get snow there, it sticks around till spring. Like we can have a snowstorm. We actually did, right? We had a snowstorm back in 2013. And we couldn't come out of our house for 4 days. It was a blizzard. 3 days. And we got so much snow, we couldn't get out our door. And within 4 days, we were back up to 65, 70 degrees and all the snow was gone. So, you know, I live in what they call the banana belt. So it's nothing to be 70 degrees here in December at times, but yet we still have winter and I hate it. Angela from Syracuse, New York, and you hate winter too? Well, we should all just move somewhere warm. I'm a summer girl too. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, me too. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. Moved here from Illinois. It's 30 degrees in South Dakota. Is it? I don't know what, I didn't look. When I came home, it was, I think it was like 35 from work. So yeah, if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. You're totally with me. All right. Sounds great. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're going to plateau off for numbers. Retired math professor here. Oh, okay. Math was not my forte. So don't ask me math questions because no, I've learned a lot since I graduated high school 30 some years ago. But no, math was not my thing. Thank you for the badge, Angela. I appreciate that. Pennsylvania. Well, I'm so glad to have you guys here. Easily entertained, Wisconsin. What's your name, Wisconsin? Do you have a name? Thank you for the badge. I don't even know. I don't want to slaughter that name. I apologize. Rose. Well, welcome, Rose. Glad to have you here. Hey, Daniel, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that so much. You're so welcome. Thank you for the badge. Love you from Istanbul, Turkey. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow, Angela, and the badge. And thank you for the rose, Mark. I appreciate that so much. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to get started. It's been a few minutes, so just know you're never interrupting me. You can always just chime in when you feel like it. My page is your page. Thank you for all the likes. Yeah, if I can just get everybody to smash that like button, I would so appreciate it. Oh, Angela, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Okay, so if you're just hopping on and you're new here, tell me who you are, where you're from. Thank you for the badge, Daniel. I appreciate that. Tonight we're going to talk about loving people right where they're at. So a couple summers ago, before I get started, I'm going to talk about, I just started my TikTok a year ago in March. The reason I started my TikTok is because on September 14th of 2023, for TikTok purposes, my husband unalived himself. And at that time, I discovered that I had abilities to talk to my guides, and they slowly breadcrumbed me to my purpose, which brought me here to all you lovely people. And so my purpose in life is to help others with loss and trauma and just to uplift others and just be positive. And so that's why I'm here. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Welcome back, Twisted Kitty. Good to see you. I only have 2 rules here on my lives. One is we absolutely don't talk politics. It's not against one side or the other. It's just that's not what we talk about here. And there's a million other pages for that. So if you can't do that, I just ask that you hop off and keep scrolling. And the other one is I just ask that you be kind. Be kind to everybody. I am on my journey of life and you are on your journey of life, and none of us are going to agree on everything. So we agree to disagree here. And if you can't do that, I just ask that you keep scrolling also. Angela, thank you. You're so welcome. So if you missed it. My name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. I'm not sure if I said that. There's my cat right on schedule with his little row. That's what he does. Terry, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So like I said, so tonight my guides usually give me a topic. And so tonight's topic is love people right where they're at. And so this is really kind of an important topic for me because it's something that in my journey, I learned just a couple months. I was going through a spiritual journey a couple months before my husband passed, going through a hard time reaching out. Well, I am here for you. Just let me know that you're never interrupting me. Don't be shy. We're not shy here. Thank you for the follow, Kayla. I appreciate that so much. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that also. And thank you for the rose, Terry. So that was something that was really important on my journey. I think it was one of the biggest lessons that I learned was just loving people right where they're at, right? I used to be, and I still am to a certain extent. I'm a very opinionated person. I'm a Scorpio. Anybody else here a Scorpio? I lost my cousin Sarah about an hour ago in a monster tornado in Marion County, Florida. Oh, I hadn't heard about that. I don't watch the news. I am so sorry, Wade. So sorry about that. It's still on the ground. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I am so sorry. Well, just know that she's in a better place, right? I know that's not comforting and you miss them here in the physical, but just know that they are in a better place for sure. But I hadn't heard about it. I don't watch much news. I barely, rarely turn on my TV. So yeah, I'm so sorry. Let me get through a couple things and then we'll hop back to you, Wade. Okay, I promise I'll get back to you. So that, like I said, it was one of the biggest things on my journey that I learned is I'm a very opinionated person and I thought everybody should think like I do, right? And then the divine gave me a rude awakening and that, everybody is right where they are for a reason, right? I am on, like I said in the beginning, I am on my journey of life where I am and you are where you are. And we're all right where we're meant to be, right? At the right time in our life. I believe everything happens for a reason. Linda, you are, I am. Do you want to elaborate on that? I get lost sometimes. How are you? Are you better? You look better. That's a smile. Yes, I am well. Thank you so much. Do you have an actual name besides Payu? Where are you from? You maybe have told me before, but I forget. I apologize. Yeah, I actually got a nap in after work, so I'm doing well. Today was my last long day of the week. Angela says, "Oh, Wade, I'm so very sorry. Sorry for your loss." So we're all here for you. This is what this community is about. Ventress, is it Louisiana? Okay, and did I say that right? I'm not great with names. And so my guide said, we all have our own journeys, right? And it's important that we just love people right where they are, right? And why that's so important to me is because that's where the divine has us, right? In our life, wherever we are in our life, in the stage of life or the chapter of life that we are there for a reason, right? I've said many times, if you're new to my channel, I've said many times that, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. Give me a second. We're all here life is one big school. That's what I was going to say. Sometimes that happens. Sorry, guys. Life is one big school. That's how I look at it, right? And we're here to learn certain lessons. And sometimes we don't learn that lesson. And so we got to keep going through situations and life events, and life keeps throwing things at us until we master that lesson, right? And so that's the thing, is you are on your journey of life to learn the lessons that you're here to learn for your purpose. And I am here on my journey of life to learn the lessons I'm here to learn for my purpose, right? And I believe everybody has a purpose. and nobody's purpose is lesser than someone else's, right? If my purpose is to be here to help people, if your purpose is just to be there for one person, that doesn't make my purpose any more important than your purpose, right? It just means, like I said, I am on my journey where I am and you are where you are. And so just think of how much better of a place this world would be if we all just loved each other right where we were, right? And, sometimes somebody has an addiction and that sucks, right? But we just have to love them right where they are, right? Angela, boom. Okay. So we're here to learn. So we just talked about that. So what does it mean to love somebody right where they are? Anybody want to pipe in? Like I said, we're not shy here, so you're never interrupting me. This is what my channel is about. So that means maybe somebody has a different opinion than you. It's okay, right? When I was a kid, we grew up, and I can actually remember in elementary school having conversations with other kids. And yes, I'm old, I'm 50. Having conversations with other kids, and we would disagree about something, and we would literally say, well, let's just agree to disagree, right? And we were still friends, right? And that's, I think we have to get back to that, right? We're too divided over because none of us are going to agree on everything, right? And so if we would all just realize, take a step back and go, you know what? They are where they are for a reason, and they have to go through their own journey for a reason. Good, bad, or indifferent, they are where they are for a reason. That's not that old? Okay, well, I feel old, but thank you for that. And so that might mean somebody has a different opinion than us, or they look at something in life different than us. That doesn't mean that they're bad or we're bad, or they're good or we're good. It just means that they are right where they are supposed to be to learn what they need to learn for their journey. So that means we just love them right where they are. Yes, we always need to respect others. Exactly. Just a matter of respecting them where they are on their journey and loving them, right? Correct. So let's see. So my guide says, let's get back to agreeing to disagree and just love everybody right where they are. And here's the thing. And of course, if you're not familiar with my channel, if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee, and I'm from South Dakota. And if you're not familiar with my story, so my husband had gotten sick before he checked out. My husband at the end of 21 had pneumonia and needed to go to the hospital. And while he was there, he was doing well, and then he had 2 strokes and was in the hospital for 88 days. And so by the time he got out from that 88 days, all of his muscle mass was gone from laying in a bed. So he had to learn how to lift up his arms. He couldn't roll himself. He couldn't walk. He was able to talk after they took the trach vent out that he had. But basically he had to learn how to do life all over again, right? And it took him 6 months to do that. And I'm sharing my story because my guide's always, I'm the guinea pig, right? And I'm gladly the guinea pig if somebody can learn from my life situation and not make the same mistakes that I did, because I know I made a lot of mistakes and I've grown since then, and I'm a different person than I was then. But I can admit when I was wrong, okay? And so as my husband went through the journey of healing and learning how to get his life back. Oh, thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate that. Okay. So yeah. And so here's the thing. So in that process of getting his life back, he went through 6 months of physical therapy. And, at the end of that physical therapy, he pretty much, thank you for the rose, Angela. I appreciate that so much. And continue to hit that like button, guys. If you're just hopping on, I need 45 likes. So that would be amazing. But so in the process of our journey and his journey of healing, right, it was a change for both of us, right? he had changed as a person, and I was learning how to be with him, and he wasn't the same person that he was, right? That I was married to for 30 years. If you're not aware, we were together for 32 years, married 30, when he checked out. And the whole thing is that, there would be times where he was struggling. He was struggling maybe because of the strokes. He couldn't verbalize. It would take him longer to verbalize something that he needed to say to me, right? And at times, I'll admit it. I'm the first person at this point to admit, hey, I was wrong, right? And there was a lot of times where I admit I did not show him the grace that I should have showed him, right? And one time in particular, he was struggling to verbalize what he needed to get out to me, and it had been a long day, and the weather was crappy, and we were trying to get on the road to go to Oregon with our camper. And thank you for that, Debbie. I appreciate that so much. Welcome back, Deb. Missed you, girl. And so we were trying to get on the road for this trip to Oregon, to go sit on the coast for 2 months after he had gotten better, because it just had been a long year and a long struggle, right? And so we needed that escape. And so, the day had came to leave, and we were trying to pack up the car to haul, because we had to haul stuff to our camper, because we live in an apartment, so we couldn't bring the camper here and load it. And it had been a long day, and of course, everything that went wrong could go wrong, right? And so in that process, right, you get frustrated, right? And I know that looking back now, and even that day, I felt horrible, because later on that day, it was like, once we had got on the road, he verbalized to me that I heard really hurt his feelings, right? Because I did not show him the grace that I should have showed him, right? Because I was cold and my feet were wet and I was tired. And like I said, everything that could go wrong went wrong. The lights weren't working, and, the list goes on and on, right? And the worst of it, but our skies are black. I'm sorry, Debbie, you be safe. I just heard that there was bad weather down your way. I don't watch any news or listen to news. Andre, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. He had a sweetheart. Take care of him. Well, at the time, I wasn't probably such a sweetheart that I needed to be, because by the time he was home and recuperating, I had went through 88 days with him. I was taking care of him in the ICU. Every day I was sucking his trach and I was nursing him. And, to say my husband got subpar care, we're just going to leave it at that. But I was, it had taken a toll on me too, all of it, right? So it took a huge toll on him and a huge toll on myself as well. But what I'm trying to say is that I didn't show him the grace and compassion that I could have, right? And so, and I do now, I do forgive myself, but I want to talk about this, because I think it's so important for people to know that, to just show people grace, right? And even since my husband has passed, right? You never know what somebody is going through, and those first couple months, when I would go to the grocery store and the whole world is going on around you, and my whole world had crumbled. 32 years just gone like that, right? And here's the thing, is that if somebody had just looked at me wrong, I probably would have just bawled, right? So that's the thing. Just love people right where they are. Show people grace. Show people compassion, because you just never know what somebody's going through. Hey, Jen, thanks for the heart. I appreciate that. And the badge and the likes. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so I'm going to pop back real quick. If anybody's got anything to say about that, you can comment. Hopefully I'm not missing comments. I have all my filters off, but they still like to filter my comments. So if your comment isn't getting through, I'm not seeing it for some reason, feel free to message me after if it's important. I want to hop back. Is Wade still here that lost his cousin Sarah? Are you still on here, Wade? I'm going to grab a drink while we're waiting to see if he's still here. I hope he's still here so we can talk about this. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee and I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Thank you for that, Angela, though. I appreciate that. And, I had a lot of guilt when my husband first left, and I had to work through that guilt. And I have, I'm finally, after a year and a half, I'm at the point of being able to say, you know, I am not responsible for somebody else's actions, right? And that's hard. That's hard because, we want to, especially because I'm an empath. If any of you know what an empath is, I take on other people's feelings and emotions, and, I feel them a lot deeper than some other people do sometimes. And it's hard. It's hard to say that, but I am better. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Is Wade still here? Ugh. Well, if anybody's being affected by those storms, I'm so sorry. I don't listen to the news. I don't turn on the TV very rarely. Just be safe out there. I care about all of you so very much. Okay, well, he's not responding, so I guess we'll just continue. If anybody else has anything else to say, let me know. Like I said, we're not shy here. Pipe in anytime. Real quick, I have to do my shameless plug first. If you're new here, I am live. I'm going to move this down. I just don't like that glare on my glasses. I am live Sunday through Wednesday normally. This week I will be here Thursday because I'm in a challenge, a 3-day challenge to go live 3 days. And I just started it last night. So I will be here tomorrow night. I'm generally here between 7 and 8 o'clock Mountain Time. It's worse now. Are you talking about the weather? Do you want to elaborate on that, Gary? Where are you from? And so I'm usually here. I'm also an empath. I can be a blessing or a burden. Yes. Angela, are you aware? It says I have an unstable connection, so let me know if I lose you. But are you aware of how to clear your energy? As an empath, that is so extremely important. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that so much. Are you aware of how to clear your energy and all of that? And that manifests itself in different ways for different people. Bottle of booze for me to clear. Okay. Actually, that just masks it, but each to their own. I'm going to love you right where you're at. Terry, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that so very much. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. If you're new here and you just hopped on, if you can smash that like button for me, I'd so appreciate it. I'm in a challenge, a 3-day challenge, so that would be amazing. So that's when I'm here, you can find me. I also have a YouTube channel, which is under Scorpio Medium, because yes, I am a medium and I do talk to the other side. I know a lot of people don't believe that. And each to their own. I don't push it on to anybody. You're welcome to believe whatever it is you want to believe. But so I do have a YouTube channel under Scorpio Medium. If you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you go over there and subscribe. That would be amazing. Yes, I'm also pursuing Reiki Master certification. Okay, will you please message me because I would love to know. So here's the thing. Before my husband passed that summer, I was really interested in doing a Reiki getting certified for Reiki. And then now my life and my purpose is kind of taking me elsewhere, but it would still be beneficial for me in the future. And I would love to have your input of where you're at in your journey. And if, so we could talk about it, if that's okay. You're following me, right, Angela? I'm going to follow you back so I can find you. I would just love it if you would message me, if that's okay. Because I'm debating. I have a lot going on right now, but if that would be beneficial for me in the future. So I have a YouTube channel, Scorpio Medium. If you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you go into my bio over there or into my bio over here, I have 2 emails. Oh, thank you. I would love that. That would be amazing. I would love to chat with you. Just know I work 2 jobs. So when I get off here, I'm pretty tired. But I only work my morning job tomorrow. So if you message me, I'll get back to you tomorrow sometime. Excuse me. But if you go to my bio, I have 2 email addresses. Those are scorpiomedium74@yahoo and scorpiomedium74@gmail. And so if you would like to book a channeling session with a passed over loved one, that's where you can do that there. You can email me to set that up. And I've continued my special. So last week I had a special running. If you book between now and by Sunday night, by the time I go live Sunday night, between now and Sunday night, when I go live at 7:00 Mountain Time or a little after, if you set up your channeling session, it's only $25. Normally it's $40. So there's a little bit of a savings there. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee and I'm from South Dakota. Thank you for the like, Angela. I appreciate that. My email, they're in my bio, but they are scorpiomedium74. And you can either go to scorpiomedium74 Yahoo or you can go to Gmail. It's both the same, just one's Yahoo and one's Gmail. But you can find those in my bio too on my page. And like I said, if you set up a channeling session between now and Sunday, it's only $25. And if you email me, we can set that up. So that's my little plug for the night. My guides get upset if I don't plug myself. And I think that's pretty much everything that I need to talk about, but I still have some time left. I have to be on here for 45 minutes. So does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about? Any questions for me? Anybody? No, I'm really interested in doing that Reiki. My life kind of took a turn with my purpose, so I wasn't sure if I was going to pursue that after my husband passed. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Anybody else want to talk to me tonight? Awesome. Like I said, it's in my bio, or if you go over to Scorpio Medium and subscribe to my YouTube, they're in my bio over there too. But I would love to set up a channeling session with you guys if you would like to talk to somebody who's crossed over. That would be amazing. So, awesome. I can't wait to chat with you. I have a girl that I went to school with that she does, she started out with massage therapy. And so I kind of picked her brain a little bit the summer before my husband passed, because she's done, I don't know how many levels. I don't know. Is there different levels apparently of Reiki? And so she does sound healing and Reiki and massage, and she's very much into that. And I just love her dearly. Go live for 3 days. I just hit 2 and I have one more thing to do. I have to go live one more time tomorrow night. Likewise. Okay, awesome. I'm excited. I love how I get to meet awesome and new people on here. Anybody else have anything else they want to talk about tonight? Jen, I know you're still here. Are there any comments that you're seeing that I'm not? My best friend is on here, so I can ask her. Because sometimes they filter out comments. They never filter out the troll comments. Just regular comments. So I can't always see. And I have all my filters turned off. It's so sad. Jen, there isn't any comments that you're seeing that I'm not, right? Not sure what I'm missing. Well, I just didn't know if you had seen any comments that I hadn't commented to by chance. I'm going to click on you, Jen, while you're here. Oh, my mom just messaged me. I have to call her. Okay, it's not on there. Because, Jen, I'm going to make you an admin, I think, on here. It's not showing me how to do that. I'll have to figure that out. But I know you're not always on, but for when you are. So, does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about? So like I said, just a reminder, just, show up people grace and compassion, that you would want somebody to show you, and just love people right where they are. Oh, you don't have to be. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have to be, but you know what I'm saying. She knows me well enough. We've been friends for 20 years. She's like my ride or die. We shouldn't say that. No die. We're just ride together, right? I don't like saying negative words like that because I just don't like putting stuff like that out in the atmosphere. Right? Yeah, she's my bestie. And I tell you what, I wouldn't have gotten through this last year and a half if it wasn't for her. She's just been the glue that's kept me together for sure. And I love her dearly. I'm freaking awesome. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I try, I just treat people how they want to be treated. And like I said, if you're not familiar with my journey, so after my husband passed, he didn't leave me in a great spot financially. And so therapy was out, and I'm the circle that don't fit in the square. I'm the unique girl, if you haven't figured that out by now. And so I knew group therapy wasn't going to work for me. And so once I decided I was going to stay on this planet, because I wasn't sure in the beginning, I knew that after 32 years of my whole world crumbling, literally I lost everything, that I had to find a way to heal myself. Oh, thanks, Jen. I appreciate you. And so I had to find a way to heal myself. And so I deep dived into meditation. And that's when I first started getting messages from I was getting them before my husband passed, but I didn't know what I was getting. So I was getting messages. I was seeing visions of my life. I saw the vision of my reaction the day that my husband unalived himself. I forgot. I have to say the right word so they don't kick me off. So if you're sensitive, just know we talk about sensitive content here. Please don't report me. Thank you. I appreciate that too. And so I deep dived into meditation, and the first message I ever got in meditation is, what heals you will heal others. And then, like I said, it was about a month and a half that they breadcrumbed me to figure out what my purpose in life was. But what I started to say is, I had a vision 2.5 years prior of my reaction the day that my husband passed. So, but I didn't know what I was seeing. So, just stuff it, right? I didn't know what was going on. So, I think there was something else I was going to say. Now I forget what it was. That's okay. I think I have a few more minutes I need to be on here. Does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about? How was everybody's day? Anybody else have anything? Sorry, I have a Tito's cup, but I don't drink. It's just root beer. Yeah, it was terrifying, but you just keep moving forward, right? So, you have a cake recipe? Oh, I love cake, but I'm a celiac, so I can only have gluten-free cake. But I love cake. What's your favorite cake? Mine's chocolate. Chocolate with white buttercream. Nummy. But I love lemon, so I'll take a good lemon cake any day of the week too. All right, guys. Well, if nobody else has anything else to talk about or to say or to vent about, anybody? See, I can smile. Some guy told me that last night. Your pictures really need to see your smile more. I'm like, okay. All right. So, well, oh, hold on. I gotta, I'm going to have to hop off, guys. My mom's trying to call me, so something must be up. So I hope to see you all tomorrow night. I should be here about 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Thank you all for jumping on. Thank you for all of the likes and everything, guys. I really got to go. Remember to make tomorrow great, because it's a choice. And until we meet again.